Welcome to the board of the Bantu. My name is Isobel and I am your local witch doctor. I hope my wig is straight. I hope my makeup looks right. I hope I look very nice. Okay, so the Braxtons. I wasn't feeling well this week and last week and the week before that. I've had some health problems, and I asked my Patreon group what they would like to watch. Any request. I said I would definitely pick. I promised that I would definitely pick from the request section what they wanted to watch, and a couple of morbid people, and I am not criticizing them or anything, requested the Braxtons. I knew exactly why they requested the Braxtons. Because one Braxton sister just transcended, and they're the kind that chase the dead from day one. So obviously they were going to make that request. Now I'm always truthful and honest, okay, world, and I could lose patrons, or I could lose YouTube viewers for my honesty, but I'm gonna stand on it, because if I start telling lots and lots of lies, I'm gonna go dark, and money is the one thing that makes you really dark. So I'm opening this board of the Bantu with a lesson and maybe a lecture. Okay, we the Bantu do not read the transcended for a whole year after they pass. The only time we do that is a special occasion for family only. Before or after the burial, the family meets a witch doctor, and the witch doctor throws their shells, their bamboo sticks, whatever it is that they use as a tool, their eggs. The witch doctor throws them and then talks to the deceased. What killed you? How did you die? And that is done to comfort those who are left behind. And because he or she is talking to blood and they are in the hands of the ancestors, it does not damage their final journey. But if a stranger asks, how did this person die, and actually go to a witch doctor, and that witch doctor starts following that person in death, that person won't make it to heaven as Christians know it to be, and for us it is the land of milk and honey. They won't make it. They'll never get to meet God, because you're interrupting their journey, and it is none of your effing business. Okay, you're not blood. You're not related to them. Okay, it's none of your business, and you are a stranger. Your blood is unclean, because you don't share DNA with this particular individual. You are unclean, so you are missing the trajectory to the land of milk and honey. I mean, let's look at it this way. You are dead. Okay, dying is a difficult process. It's as difficult as being born. You're dead. You are dead. You don't know the state you are in. We, the Bantu, we spend so much time working on your soul when you die. We are about your soul, preserving your soul, protecting your soul, making sure you get where you are going, because you're dead. Now you are living another existence that doesn't make sense to you. You are like saying, what the? And you are looking into faces of ancestors you never knew. Because people in this part of the world think that I'm gonna die, my mom's gonna be waiting for me, and I'm gonna die, my dad, and I'm gonna die because my granddad, who I loved so much, and my grandmom, who I you're gonna get an ancestor from 500 years ago who lived and walked 500 years ago. Or even worse, you're probably going to get one from 1,000 years ago. The fact is, an ancestor will be waiting for you, but you don't know who they are, where they are from, and any of that. You have no idea. I believe I have an ancestor who was a slave because he comes to me as a gladiator. He was a gladiator, and everybody knows that gladiators were slaves. And for a long time then, I was looking at him thinking, what, because he was always taking me into gladiator arenas. He was always taking me into gladiator arenas whenever I met him. And I would be standing in the middle of the arena, and there's a big black man who is so strong. And he is, using that, that weapon that's a ball with spikes on it. And I never understood it. But I have an ancestor who died as a gladiator in the days of the Romans or whenever they had gladiators, which made him a slave in the first place. Okay, so you don't know who's going to be waiting for you on the other end when you die. So, perish that thought. Having said that, you're getting used to this ancestor. Imagine if the gladiator is the one who comes to get me. You're looking at this ancestor just saying, what? What happened? Who are you? Where am I? The normal soul questions. Okay, you're immediately just like in a whole different world, a whole different path, and everything is just crazy. And along comes Isobel the witch doctor. Hey dude, do you have time to talk to me? Oh, good lady, do you have time to talk to me? And nobody getting punished by God for doing that. Not me. I'm going to let you, with my ancestors, we're going to let you get to your final destination first before we read you. And that takes a year, because in a year you'll be coming back to the people. In a year you'll be getting out of the house of milk and honey and walking back to your family. So, in that year, on your way back, we can distract you. We can call you and say, yoo-hoo, this way, and nobody will bother us because, even when you go to see your family, you know your way back to the land of milk and honey. So, yeah. I get very disappointed and very upset with people who ask me to read the dead right after they have transcended. That is cruel and heartless and morbid. And I wish people would stop this paparazzi of the dead. I wish you would all stop it in your tracks, because it is disgusting, it is inhuman, it is unkind. Now look at yourselves. Turn that around and look at your souls. Look at yourselves, then ask yourselves, who am I? For those of you who made that request here on YouTube and over on Patreon, look at yourselves without pity and accept who you are. And then ask yourselves if it isn't time to change accordingly. Death is going to come to you too, honey. You're going to experience it. You don't need to know about somebody else's experiences. It's going to come to you, and hopefully for your punishment, you will be removed from your road to God by curious people who want to know how you died because you were all up in everybody else's final journey. So, the Braxtons were asked for over and over and over again, and I will do the Braxtons, but I'm not doing the recently departed sister. In fact, I don't know her name and I don't know their names, but I'm definitely leaving her out of this reading. Mwah. The Braxton sisters, I'm leaving her out of this reading no matter what. Okay, so I am looking. I don't know the Braxtons. I think I just managed to watch one or two or three. So I'm going to find out who recently left so that I will not read her. Braxton's sister who departed. Okay? That, okay. Okay, so Tracy Braxton is the one who left, and I will not be reading Tracy Braxton. She came, she saw, she did. We respect her process, and we respect her journey, and we respect her experiences on this earth. May she find peace, love, and harmony in the arms of her ancestors and in God. She walks with the ancestors now. She's doing fine. We're the ones who still have a long way to go. And the border of the Bantu is now open. So the Braxtons. I will be reading the Braxtons, and I hope it doesn't take too long. So I'm going to read Tony, and I'm going to read Tamar, then I'm going to read Tawanda, then I'm going to read Trina. Alrighty? Okay. I'm going